That New Mexico is actually known for, besides Roswell, New Mexico, is for their nuclear tests. And what a better place to put the dun 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 dun. Oh, wait until you can see a little better. The National Museum of Nuclear Science and History. Look at all this. Niels Bohr. He invented the concept of the atom. Madame Curie. Einstein. And then Dalton. The Einstein letter.
Einstein letter, really cool to see.
The race for the atomic bomb. Basically, after Niels Bohr and all the stuff, the atom, basically someone came up with theories that you could split it, and that would be fission, and that would release a bunch of energy. The mistake is they said that it powered the sun. The sun is powered by fusion, not fission. Nuclear fission discovered, 1938. It was just discovered that almost any atom can be fission. It's just uranium's one of the easier ones.
How do you do
Yeah. It's chain reaction. Ooh. Pretty much anything is fissionable, technically. It's just the larger the molecule, the easier it is. Uranium-235 is remarkably unstable. And actually not a whole lot has to be set off, about the size of your fist. And it just releases so much energy in such a short period of time. That's where that explosion comes from. Prototype 2. So, electronic flux of the blast wave.
Oh yeah, totally different design.
Entrance to Los Ambos, Chicago Pie. Looks like Legos. About the enrichment process. Basically what it comes down to, there's two types of uranium. 238 and 235. And how you separate them out is you use basically a gas diffusion. Basically the principle is slightly smaller molecules will diffuse across a membrane a little bit faster. But you have to do this thousands and thousands and thousands of times in order to concentrate it more and more and more. In order to get it to the concentration needed to where it's fissionable. Because uranium-238 is just a little too stable. And if you have too much 238, you can't set off the chain reaction. Enola Gay. You know, at one point they basically stripped off all the guns on the B-29 super fortresses for Japan because they didn't have like any air defense. Late in the war.
Now, here's the problem. These radar antennas were developed by a Japanese radar scientist named Yagi, so they had a very real concern that they might be able to jam these. There's 4 antennas, they each operated on a different frequency. 4 frequencies, but there's still a good chance that they might be able to jam all 4 of them. So they had plan B. Okay, right back here, you see these plates.
Trinity flag.
In front of each one is a hole.
Yeah, it's 48 stars. Hawaii and Alaska still weren't states yet.
Is a barometric switch to detect altitude as the bomb's flying. And these switches.
There were a lot of fail-safes on the bomb to make sure it went off. The gadget. The gadget was named given to a nuclear device tested at the Trinity site. It was called the gadget because it was not a deployable weapon. It was officials wanted to avoid revealing too much about what was being tested. The gadget was an implosion-type plutonium device identical to Fat Man, used weeks later.
Seconds, which is how long it takes to fall from 30,500 feet to 1,800 feet. Yes.
There's the gadget.
One of them worked.
It was the device first tested.
No way to tell. And the Nagasaki bomb had the same setup here. This was the Hiroshima bomb. This one used uranium. That one used plutonium. Certainly.
Target Japan. Nagasaki and Hiroshima. That is Nagasaki.
Supposedly named for Churchill, and this one for Roosevelt. Okay, I don't use the names.
Hiroshima. Hiroshima is a modern city now. Invasion of Japan. You know, the U.S. Army had purchased 500,000 Purple Hearts for the invasion of Japan. They're in a warehouse and they're still giving them out.
The American people already nervous of newsreel images of a radioactive superweapon called the atomic bomb used against.
Duck and cover. Yeah, like that does anything. Fallout shelters. Well, they're building them now too. Preppers. Look at the crap food you'd have to live on. Ugh. Green beans, spinach, not worth living. That's a short-range, high-guarded surface-to-surface tactical ballistic missile with a fissionable warhead. 75 miles. Most people don't know it. There is such thing as a tactical nuke. You can fire it and you can move close troops within a few miles of the warhead detonation. Low yield nuclear warhead. It can be loaded on a Jeep. Right there. That's a little bigger. Warhead, yeah, okay. Solid fuel rocket, easy to operate in U.S. Range 15.4 miles. Mad, mutual assured destruction. The Trident. Bring multiple warheads up and drop them all over the place. Broken Arrow. You have a list of all the cases where the United States admitted that they lost a weapon. There was one in Albuquerque, accidentally fell out of a plane. Imagine that. Oops, I misplaced a nuclear weapon. Strategic nuclear weapons. Yeah. Short range attack. SRAM. What's this? Soviet ships arms to Cuba. So far, this museum's got all the stuff that you have, like the whole nuclear. Oh, I thought that was someone else. They have all names, and I thought a name looked familiar. Here they have all the stuff. I guess that's maybe that's a B-29 Flying Fortress. I think the Enola Gay is actually in the Smithsonian, so this might actually be a real one, just not they're just Navy armored fighters. That's a super fortress. They dropped a bomb from about 30,000 feet. They actually did several test flights over Japan where they dropped pumpkins rather than nuclear weapons, just to prove that it was safe for them to fly without, like, and the Japanese wouldn't attack them. Yep. Yeah, the gun turrets and most of the air armor protection were removed to save weight. Later versions would improve the features such as upgrading the engines, blah blah blah. Yeah, most people don't know. You can actually deploy a nuclear weapon through artillery. An artillery shell could have a nuclear tip to it. Low yield, goes off. They were experimenting a lot with this in the 40s and 50s, how you could use a nuclear weapon in kind of a more tactical, like on the battlefield phase. And B-52 is the longest one. Longest using one. Oh, this is a B-52 here. Longest serving. Well, basically after World War II, there wasn't, like, outside the Soviets, not too many people could actually shoot these things down because they would fly so high. There's actually film of in Afghanistan. You can see a B-52 flying over, and you see them firing Stinger missiles like waste. Stinger missile will run out of fuel long before it ever gets up to the altitude of 52 can fly at. This was a Fleet ballistic missile submarine built. I guess this is the James K. Polk. Part of it, at least. Conversion to an attack submarine, decommissioned in 1999. Before scrapping her, and they took the tower and the sailplanes to here. Let's see what this is. Caution, don't stand in front. Oh, the B-47E. Long-range, 6-engine jet-powered strategic bomber. So this is the kind of thing they use now. Well, range 3,500 miles. It was used as a... This aircraft, through most of its operational life, is a test bed for various projects. Most availability the development of fly-by-wire systems that control an aircraft from the surface. Okay.